My loose teeth are yours to take, cuddling our newfound freedom and keeping our eyes open without being awake. Kiss my ear, the fame still taunts. Children rejoice once hero, now dead one last time. I'm really hurting, just a little taste to take off the edge. I run with you of love letters and photographs in a desperate reach for a clue into who I am with only the distant past as a reference. I feel any connection to the bones under my skin. You can cry but you're still getting sterilized. Who can show the sun how to come if you know the sky? He'll let you make a mess cause if you keep him high. What's a good truth? The messenger deserted eye for his eyes make it hurt. Scare me straight, curses he who can't burn by fire. We're all falling, show me feeling. I'm your designated diver. I can see the cuts on your mind. Your mother made yours, mine made mine. I know you'd rather be sad than stupid. Genius by day, junkie by night. By the grace of breeze, I never scraped a knee that didn't help me see. Bleeding isn't what it seemed. Let it seem till it's green. Finally free, then you better leave. But the cheese gonna kill the king. Perfect numb, 13 billion years in the making. Black hole in the center of our galaxy. We're still suffering, we're still aching. The sanctuary is closed for repairs. I use God's guided pen and maniac the nice way. Bad habits make for good memories. I'm good at being at the wrong time in the right place. Crusting plots at the corners of her mouth. Eyes white like yours but completely different somehow. Cut her post those looking like a ghost. Cheeks rose from the flesh and fluids so familiar to us now. Blades fold to the predator's prey. There's no messiah that wasn't enslaved to his brain. If I could do it nails, but you do it words. Every one more crucifixion, one less. Open door, use my fist, but I won't knock. Break it open, itch me sober. Trust me, we'll get out of this alive. Now take my hand, it's almost over. I apologize for lying about smiling. I'm a frightened little cat that learned to act like a lion. While Leviathan speech in the grip of the patience of driving this cheap pirate ship to the pavement. By the grace of breeze, I never scraped the need that didn't help me see. Nothing's really what it seemed. Let it steam till it's green. Finally free, then you better leave a memory for the head of the king.
What brings you here?
Well, what brings me here is the complete shocking injustice of the capitalist and banking system, which absolutely has to be changed if we're to progress as a species rather than as single divisions of the weird animal that we've become. So I'm here in solidarity with everyone else that's here, and I'm hoping that this will lead to some sort of big change that will actually make modern society something that's worth being a part of, which right now I don't really think it is.
Yeah. Will it mushroom? Is it going to mushroom?
Well, it already has mushroomed in a sense. I mean, I read earlier that there's something like, there's occupations in something like 80 countries around the world. And I mean, the Arab Spring and in America as well.
In the heart of the beast even, yeah.
Yeah,
Wall
exactly.
Street itself, yeah.
So I think it's very promising, but who knows? Maybe I'm a pessimist, and so I think this probably isn't going to go anywhere, but I hope so.
You've got to keep up the struggle.
A global outcry against corporate greed has risen up in almost 1,000 cities worldwide. People have taken their anger to the streets, saying their governments have been taken over by big business. The Occupy Wall Street movement began in New York, quickly spreading across the US to Los Angeles, Denver and Washington, among others. It's since gone global, with Asia joining in the demands for change. In Europe too, hundreds of cities are taking part in the protests. Well, let's now take a closer look at what's happening around the world.
My name's Reese.
And what brings you here today?
Basically, because it was called as Occupy the City, and I think that ordinary people are being made to pay for a crisis created by banks and bosses and governments, and this is a way of showing that, you know, people should stand up against it and fight back, really, and the bankers should be paying for their own crisis rather than the ordinary people.
This morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds.
Like everyone else, you know, we're all kind of seeing the end of this banking system the way it is. Jesus himself, you know, this is why I'm kind of making this point. Well, all religions state that usury is a sin. Making money by just having money and not contributing to society.
Doesn't even make sense.
It just, you know, it doesn't work. It's parasitic, and you're actually taking money away from the people who are being productive. So, yes, that's why we're all here today. We're all hoping to change the whole system. Everyone should pay their taxes, and certainly the bankers aren't doing that, and the rich aren't doing that. The top brackets of society aren't doing that. You know, when you can have a CEO who's paying less tax than his secretary, you know there's time for a change.
What do you make of this whole situation at the minute where we're stuck here, we can't even protest in the place where we want to go?
It's not okay. Obviously we've got a right to walk the streets. We've got a right to say what we want, you know, within reason. We're not being unreasonable as to how we're acting. And the reality is it doesn't matter because it's going to draw attention regardless. You know, if we don't get, and the day is early, I'm concerned that we're not able to move where we want to because people will get tired, people will get irritable, and that includes the police as well. Yeah, and that's going to have knock-on effects. And I feel bad actually saying that. Yeah, but it's the reality of life. You know, I hope it continues to be nice and peaceful. Yeah.
What do you make of the police presence here? And how they're behaving?
I think they're behaving disgracefully. I mean, I've not seen anyone try and be violent or disorderly. I was myself stuck outside for about half an hour on the basis that it was to prevent a breach of the peace. I think it's essentially a tactic of intimidation against people and to try and split away the people that are getting attracted into movements like this, to split them away and make them stay at home. So I think it's a disgrace.
I'm just wondering, what's the point of all this? Why are you in a line?
Aren't these just free streets though?
Yeah.
A civil injunction in place. It's private property.
It's private property, but don't you think the property actually really belongs to the people, not the supposed 1%?
They own it.
Well, yeah, but why does that mean we can't go to the stock exchange?
Because they own it.
Nothing says that we're going to get violent.
Right. Because they own it, we can't go on there. It's private.
So you think that property comes before people, yes?
Private property, we can't go on it. Simple as that.
Oh.
But people do come through here all the time though.
Yeah, I mean if it was any other day I could walk through here and I don't
I'm sorry about filming you, by the way, I don't want to be rude.
We film everyone, don't worry.
Shall we go back?
Oh, thank
Okay.
Alright, I repeat.
basically, around us, we've just come to actually realise we are in a massive, how shall I call this, Candice situation. We are in all corners, surrounded by police officers that are blocking off all exits. And their theory is to stop the protests getting out of hand because it combusted simultaneously, like out of nowhere, right? So they are filtering all of us through certain shops which have agreed to let us out. I'm glad they did, because otherwise we'd be fucking starving here. Unless we'd be eating sushi next door from some really rich corporate business. So instead, the police officers decided they're going to stop us from leaving, even though there's a lot of individuals that just simply want to go home, including us, which we're trying to right now. And we're in this situation. There's a big ass queue for getting out of this place, but you know, the shops are feeling kind of edgy. Okay, I'll give you an example of how fucked up the situation is. Turn it this way, right? This man here has decided that because he's uncomfortable with people coming to his shop and leaving through there, I assume because like he's rich and he considers us like nothing, or maybe he's just working there and like he wants a good raise. Right? He just basically decided to lock the door every once someone comes in or comes out. And people that do come in have to eat, I assume, and come out through the same door. It's good and sad at the same time. At least they're providing us food. Sad thing is, like after looking at him, I don't even feel like eating sushi anymore. I don't mind sushi, you know.
Pushing little children with their fully automatics. They like to push the weak around. Pushing little children with their fully automatics. They like to push the weak around. Pushing little children with their fully automatics. They like to push the weak around. Push the weak around. Push the weak around. Push the weak around. They like to push the weak around.
Revolution is no
The first payback that I would accomplish. I draft children from the Senate and Congress. Pompous religious right made suicidal. When I exposed Josephus for ghostwriting the Bible, making nuclear silos, bomb the world.
Mike, all of you, I have had difficulty getting in here today. The money has been laundered through the Cayman Islands and London. This movement is not about the destruction of law. It is about the construction of law.
It's not, I'm not full WikiLeaks, I'm not full cult personality surrounding Julian Assange. Though WikiLeaks has done some things which are slightly dubious in terms of national security, I would probably say that releasing current locations of British and US troops presents grave risks to their lives.